Shut up and sit down.
Welcome to the Bricks King podcast, where I'm going to bend your ear about Lego, review those amazing bricks of plastic, and discuss what is new and up and coming around the Lego world. I'm your minifig host, Matt. Let's build on it. Welcome in, everybody. How are we doing today? Hopefully, well, if not well, hopefully this picks up your day or evening or wherever you're at in the world. However, hopefully you can end up well during this episode, after this episode, whatever. So today we have a few things. We got some news things we need to talk about, some new sets coming your way. We also need to talk about two sets that I've got right in front of me that are super impressive, super awesome, and amazing. And now you're like, yeah, you're saying that again. They're actually pretty good. And they're both gift with purchases, GWPs, for those of you that already know that. So let's go ahead and dig straight into the first one because it is a really, really great set. The first one we're going to talk about is the Flowerpot. Simply put, the Flowerpot. 40588. That is what it is. That's what it's called. The threshold for this thing, which is available April 1st, so we're already in there, is $150 US. It's 150 euro. It's 130 if you use British pounds, and it's 200 Canadian dollars. Not too bad. Honestly, not too bad, especially what you are getting from this. It's a pretty decent set. It has just under 300 pieces. It's pretty good. The value of this thing is about $25, so you're doing pretty well, honestly, in consideration of what it usually is, because some things are just way too expensive. However, let's go ahead and talk about the pot. So after building this thing, the first thing that you notice is the color palette that you have on. You have that nice cool yellow, that newer yellow that is going on here. However, it is like it's a bigger type balloon piece that they have. You know, you get the nice curvature into the nice little anti-curve here, whatever. Convex, is it convex into concave? Or it's concave into convex. But I noticed one of the issues that I had with one of them is how it was molded. And one of these pieces was not molded thickly enough. And you can actually see like a dark spot in it, which is kind of a pain in the butt, depending how you look at things. Anyway, the cool thing is they hinge at the bottom. They're clipped into place at the bottom. You build this nice little frame on the inside, and they're not just clipped. They use a 2x2 modified brick that has little, what do you want to call it? Grooves on the side to a certain degree that could, I don't know if that fits bars or not. However, it does clip into place with two jumper plates. The 1x3 plates that have two holes for the jumpers, that does clip into place. And then in the base of the actual plant flower pot part itself, you have a whole bunch of different things that and one of them just fell. You have a whole bunch of different things that you are throwing into place here. And really, it's just a matter of follow instructions, put this here. Follow instructions, put that there. But I will tell you, this goes really well with any of the botanicals. Any of the botanicals, this works 100% with. And, you know, for a GWP, it's actually not that bad. You know, you're like, it's only 300 pieces. The threshold's not that bad. And the thing is, if you're going to go spend money on something, you're going to get this for free, essentially. It's not like you're buying this off of eBay or some other, you know, second party site after the fact. You're getting it free with whatever purchase you decide to meet that 150 threshold, which is not bad, honestly. I don't think it's that bad at all. But you do have some flowers here. You've got some really colorful flowers that are in the front. You've got some lime green leaves with the white eggshells that have magenta and pink flowers that are popping out off of the brown stems, which is really nicely done. I do like the way that is done. You have some big fat green leaves that are sticking out, 2 of them in the back and 3 that are off of the sides. They are not the same type, so don't be like, well, they're just reusing the same thing. It is not the same thing, so I need you to take a deep breath and back up. However, as you get a little bit deeper into this thing, aside from the cool yellow that they use, the actual cool yellow color, it's not I'm not saying the yellow color is super cool. Anyway, as you get a little bit deeper into this, the next tier depth into this thing, you do have some yellow blossoms that are there. They're closed up. They're like a balloon piece that they have used before. Only issue I have with these is you see some of the dark bluish gray of the piece that is used to attach from the blossom into the stalk itself. It sticks out. It sticks out like a sore thumb. It's really bad. I don't like that. Not one bit. It seems very amateurish. And I'm not knocking the designers here. It just doesn't look very good. And honestly, there's nothing you can do about it. You know, that piece is only going to go so far. And it's one of those pieces that has two bars that stick out the end, and you have that kind of like spacer / bushing in the middle, but it's all molded together. So you have 3 of those. They're all different heights, by the way. Then you have some really nice kind of dark orange flowers here with some fire flame orange, flamish yellow little flowers on top, which is really nicely done. You have another plant here that works as well. It has a bunch of the green flowers along with the red flowers that pop into the top of it. And then we have some palm kind of like fronds that they use. They've used these a million times, and those go in here as well. Now, when you get a little bit deeper, you have a few different things. And the first thing that you do notice is the fact that you do have this beautiful, giant, tall, gorgeous build that is, I honestly don't, it's some kind of buds or some kind of flowers. But they use the egg piece. They use the egg piece that we have seen so many different times, but it's recolored here. It's in that mint green. It's gorgeous. It's sitting on top of that kind of pukish green leaf. It's amazing. It's really well done. You have the dark brown. I don't know if that's dark brown or just brown, but you have that brown color the whole way up. The fairly new piece that they introduced to make corn stalks with a city set last year. You do have that where you have it sticking out off the side of the main chute, and you have a bunch of that. It sticks out the top. It's really well done. It is really well done in that case. And here's the thing. If you are a botanicals person, this is going to go right down your alley. You are absolutely going to be like, oh my God, I need this. I was like, oh my God. I actually got myself a second set because I enjoyed this thing that much. I really did. It was a fun, maybe fun isn't the right word for the build, but it was a cute little build. And I've got mine. So for me, I have this displayed on my shelf when I stream. I think it's great. A whole lot of people can't really see it. However, it works really well. If you don't have a whole lot of space, and you're going to buy Lego anyway, this is a nice thing that you can put on a side table or in a restroom, or, you know, on a bureau in your bedroom, something. It really works well. It's compact enough. It doesn't take up a whole lot of space. The footprint is pretty small. It's really well done for considering what it is. And again, you spend $150, it is free. So go get yourself one if you want one. So the next thing up that we need to talk about is the other set. This is the one that we had talked about before, but this is the next one in the line. We know there are 4 coming. What we're talking about is the Houses of the World, Part 2. And this one is actually really well done, just like the first one. And look, I was super skeptical of these to begin with, and now I'm just kind of like, I like the first one. I like the second one. The first one was great because it has a dog. This one is great because it has a genie lamp, and I'm just kind of, I just don't know what to think. However, the set number is 40590. This thing is currently available as of April 1st, but the interesting thing is, you get a run through it, and anyway. So this is available for $200, 200 euros. Don't you remember the first one? The threshold was $250. People were screaming outside. They're knocking down the doors at Lego stores like, "This is blasphemy! How dare you expect me to spend this much money?" Well, people did, and people are. And I actually did a quick search on Google Marketplace, whatever you want to call it. And I was looking at prices of round number 1 And I was like, holy crap. Like the set itself is a $20 value. I was seeing sets that were being sold at $150 up to $200 here in the United States. Why? And here's my thing. If you are a person that's a FOMO, those of you that don't know, I'll hit it again. Fear of missing out, FOMO. Don't do it. Don't spend that amount of money. If you're like a completionist, I get it. I completely get it. I was to a certain degree. Nexo Knights, I went back. I got it all. Ninjago, I will never be able to do it all. I would have to sell my house and my child to be able to go back and get it. And maybe even my wife. However, my point is, don't go back and get the first one if you missed out. You never know down the road what's going to happen. If you are not somebody that frequents Bricklink, I implore you to go check it out. And here's why. You can find things on there that are deals. Okay, I've done it with things that I was a giant fan of with Ninjago. Seasons and seasons ago. We're probably talking 7 years ago. I found things on deals. You can do it too. I promise you can do it. And here's the thing. You have some people that'll post things on here and there in 3 years, and they have no idea what they have. And then you can pick it up. So don't panic. Don't freak out. Oh my God, I need to spend $200 right now. Don't do it. It's fine. Don't freak out. So this set, let's go ahead and talk about it. It's a little bit smaller than the last one. The footprint is similar, but it's a little bit smaller. You have a nice little build here. It very much so reminds me of like Central America or Northern South America. It got some really nice hacienda type feel to it. Not quite Mexico, but definitely a hacienda feel. Maybe parts of Europe, maybe Southern Europe. But it definitely has a nice little feel to it. So you have a big brick built palm tree that is out in the front of this thing. You have a white balcony that has white columns and nice little arch that is built here and a plant underneath. And you have the balcony above, which is super duper tiny. It's not meant to be really large. You can't put a minifig there because the minifig cannot go through the doorway. If we continue to the right side, you have a recessed doorway, which is really neat in the way that is done. That is a really neat build because they use a 1x1 brick, but it has that slight recess in the front that has the, I believe it's an open stud. Yes, it is an open stud that has a brown tile on it. You have this brown door, and they use a gold ring for, the door handle, doorknob, whatever you want to call it. There is a nice sticker. We have a few of these stickers, and it is full of stickers, by the way. But we have a sticker for like the entry doormat that is here. It's pretty nice. I do like the way that is done. It's got a bunch of different diamonds and colors there. You do have a little genie lamp that is here on a table next to that. It is meant to be a teapot or something, some kind of liquid in it that you may be able to drink. I don't know, honestly. Maybe somebody's trying to poison you at this point in time. But there's a little cup here that already has the molded color in it, that little trans orange that is in there. So somebody is drinking something. I just don't know what. But also on the bottom level, you have this sticker that is going to be repeated many, 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 many times. And it just has 4 little decorations there. If we turn it to the side, if you're looking at it from the front, it is the right side. You have those same 2 stickers. And what you have here on that bottom level and on the top level, you have 2 windows that have the little lattice that you insert here, the rounded windows across the top. And you have some bricks that, it's the textured bricks. They're supposed to look like bricks that are laid on top of this 1x2 and 1x4 brick, which, seems whatever. The thing that I do hate on that side is you do have 2 bricks. It's a 1x1. It's kind of what we talked about with the door, where it's recessed just slightly in the front, except this is naked. The only thing that I can think of is maybe somebody's looking at it like it's some kind of exhaust or something like that, or maybe an intake, but it just honestly doesn't seem to fit real well. However, on the inside, it does imply that it's supposed to be some kind of air conditioner or room cooler or something like that. Now, if we spin it around to the opposite side, we do have another doorway that is here. It's made up of a 2x4 brown tile. It does have that same print for the sticker, not the print, but the sticker the print on the sticker that is put on the 2x2 tile. We have two windows that are here. Actually, there's one window. The other one is covered by vines and plants. You have two little vine pieces that are going across the top of the door and down the right side of the door. You have two little leaf pieces as well. As we move to the second floor, what you have here is you have a nice little lamp that is hanging off. It's supposed to be some kind of light. And then you have another window, some textured bricks as well. So that works as well. Then if we move it to the front, and I know you're going left, right, front, center, app side, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, move it back towards the front. On the left side of the front, you have another doorway, which is great. That leads you to your balcony just above the white columns and the rounded top there. It's nicely done. Has some texture with the 1x2 sloped tiles, wedges, whatever you can call them. Cheese wedge pieces, but they're in the 1x2 shape here. You have two windows to the right of that, and you have stickers that adorn either side of that as well. It's not bad. It's pretty cute, honestly. So then we move up to the roof section. The roof section is not majorly important. You do have a clothes drying rack that is up here. You have some white and dark red and some azure blue here, and you have that is going on up here. What looks like some kind of rug or something like that with tiles that are built up here. And then there are 1x1 round tiles, one in a dark red and one in a, I guess that's like a brownish type sand color. I'm not quite sure what those are supposed to be. Is it a roof stack? Is it like a tabletop? Is it, you're sitting at the top? That's the only thing that I can imagine. You also have some greenery up here with some plants, but the great thing is you have a 1x1, shall we call it a tile modified brick? But it's a triangle across the top, and you have a bunch of those in white across the front and across the sides as well. Now on the inside, let's go ahead and start from the top because we're already at the top. On the inside, if you're looking at it from the left, you have that window conditioner, air conditioner, window cooling unit. You have a light that is kind of in the center across the top. But down on the bottom, you have a corner couch that is in a nice teal color. You have a brick-built plant that uses a gunmetal gray minifig head and neon green plant pieces that are there. You have another piece here that is a sticker that is supposed to be the rug in the middle. It is a 2x3 tile. You have a brick-built bed, a miniature brick-built bed, which is really cute, and a dresser that is next to it. Down on the bottom level, what you have is from the left to the right, you have something that looks like some sort of china cabinet or something like that in dark red. You can see the back side of the door, the front door, which is kind of crappy looking, honestly. But if you're an artist, you might be like, oh, that is inspiring. To me, it just looks like the bad side of the bottom side of a Lego or whatever you want to call it, a Lego brick. We do have some kind of mauve color, purple seats for you to sit at for this brick-built table, which is a 2x2 tile that is on the top with another sticker. The sticker actually looks pretty cute. You have a piano that is in the corner on the right. That, of course, is a printed 1x2 tile. And then you have the door that we had talked about that is a 2x4 tile to be able to get in and out of that side of the house. Overall, this thing is pretty cute. It's not too bad. Is it worth $200? In my opinion, no. It is fully not. Is it worth $250? No. Is it worth $150? No. Is it worth $100? Maybe yes. There just doesn't seem to be a whole lot here. I really don't understand their pricing based on what they are getting here. I understand it has a lot of pieces. I really, really do. It has 270 pieces, but is it really worth that much money? Honestly, I don't feel it. I really don't see it. I don't know how the justification comes around for it. Is it, these are all small pieces. I think if they're going to do something like that in a series in the future where you have a series of what is potentially to be 4, why so high? Because honestly, you would do gangbusters with these if it were lower. And maybe they're like, well, we don't want to. I don't know why, because it's a gorgeous set. It really is. And it's in a series. People like things in a series, just like modular collectors, just like any other thing. People like it in a series, and they will get all 4 or all 7 or all 10 or all 28 of them. I just pulled numbers out of my head, by the way. I don't know what is 28, but I'm sure there's something that was 28 or is 28 or is going to 28. However, it's a really cool set. Is it worth it? I don't think so. No, my opinion is absolutely not. It needs to come down probably easily $50, 50 euros, probably even more, honestly. Maybe 130, I could see it. Like I could justify it for myself, but anything else, absolutely not. All right. Up next, we have a few news things, some new sets that are coming your way. And they didn't quite fit into News on a Tuesday based on their embargo date, so we're going to go ahead and pump them in right now. First up, we have a new LEGO Ideas set coming out. Reach for the stars with the new LEGO Tales of the Space Age. The LEGO Group unveils a set bound to blast off the shelves. The LEGO Ideas Tales of the Space Age set, based on a minimalistic expression of the romance of the universe alongside having the same visual style as the classic posters from the 1980s. The set colorfully expresses the tales of the space age with a retro graphic made from Lego bricks. The 4-piece postcard-sized set is vibrant and showcases an overarching story of a space shuttle, moon base, black hole, lunar eclipse, different star constellations, and more. Additionally, it offers lots of flexibility in how it can be arranged, as each picture is physically independent of the others. Designed by Poland-based Lego fan designer, we're going to give this a go, Jan Woznicka, who is an IT professional when not building the Lego bricks. Jan entered the LEGO Ideas Out of This World challenge and was inspired by the classic sci-fi posters and book covers when creating this design. This set is going to be an 18+ set. It is going to retail for $50 here in the United States, 50 euros, and 45 British pounds. It has 688 pieces. The product number is 21340. It is going to be available on May 5th for LEGO VIPs. It costs you nothing to be a VIP member, and if you have not done so at this point in time, you are super duper failing. Tell your mothers, tell your brothers, tell everybody that you know, because it is super important. If you are not a VIP member, it is going to be available on the 8th of May, so go ahead and check that out. You can find this thing at www.lego.com/space age, and you can enjoy this thing. It is something really neat. I have had an opportunity to be able to check this thing out, and I will tell you what it is going to be like here in the near future, because it is coming my way, our way. So you have an inside sneak peek into what it is, how it is, what is good, what is bad, what is ugly, and what is incredibly amazing, which most things aren't ugly. However, it is coming your way. With that in mind, we do have something else we do need to talk about, and that is this. The new LEGO Ninjago season is slated for sometime in June, potentially June 1st, somewhere between June and July. We don't have a specific date, and here's why it is important. It is a complete, if you will, a reboot, a soft reboot, hard reboot, however you want to classify it. Some people are going to be like, it's going to be totally different. It's going to suck. Oh my God, I can't wait. Some people are like, oh my God, this is going to be incredible. This is going to be amazing. This is going to be something new and awesome and incredible. Wherever you fall on that line, that is wonderful. I will tell you that we do have a special show planned after the last Ninjago segment is revealed. We already have 3. We have seen some of our glorious characters that we have seen in the past. We've seen Zane, we have seen Nia, and we have seen Lloyd. So we are getting characters that we do know. There are 2 fragments that are left. It was the LEGO Ninjago team's idea of, hey, go find the fragments. They've been found in multiple places. However, it is going to be a thing of beauty. I cannot wait to see what the sets look like. It's going to be incredible. But I will promise you this. I have other Ninjago experts, people that I had great relations with in New York that I have had prior to. Brayden is one of them from Ninja Whip, and we are going to pop it and have fun with it and enjoy it, and I cannot wait for you to hear that. So that is going to wrap up this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it maybe informative, inquisitive, insightful, enjoyable, whatever. Maybe it was boring. If it was boring, I I hope it was the most boring thing to the most boringest potential. And I realize boringest is not a word. But however, if that was the case, I hope you were the most bored that you were of the entire day. However, that's going to wrap this thing up. Until we meet again, I'm your Minifigure Ghost, Matt. Let's build on it.